right? You know them. So Musa's a guy, he came to him and he asked him about if he is the best one who knows, and Allah told him no, there's a guy, his name is Al-Khadir. And then Allah, he said to him, if you want to learn, go and follow him. Allah said to him, O Moses, you have something of Allah knowledge which Allah has taught you and which I do not know, and I have something of Allah knowledge which Allah had taught me which you do not know. Moses said, but if I follow you, Al-Khadir said, then you, if you follow me, then ask no questions. So this is after Allah, he told him to go and follow the guy and found Al-Khadir. But how he found Al-Khadir, this is the story. You will see here, I'm just trying to make the story shorter. Ibn Abbas said Allah enemy tells a lie. Ubnay ibn Ka'b narrated that Allah messenger said to Musa, etc. Okay. And then he says, who is the most learned person among the people? Musa replied, I am the most learned. Allah then admonished Musa, and he said to him, don't say that you are the most knowledgeable person about me. There's a guy who learned more than you. Yes, one of our slaves at the junctions of the two seas is more learned than you. Allah saying that. Musa said, oh my Allah, how I can meet him? Allah said, take a fish. Brother and sister, Allah said, after Musa asked him, how I can meet this person who is very learned? Allah said to him, take a fish with you in a basket, and whenever the fish lost, follow it, and it will find him in that place. What? How we can find Al-Khadir is not there's no map, there's no GPS. No. Allah is more high tech. Take a fish with you. Take what? Take a fish. And by the way, it's not a fish, it's a whale. But anyway, and suppose it's a dead one. So take a fish with you. It's a dead fish. So how you can lose the fish? Later you will see. So take a fish with you, brother, in the basket, and whenever the fish is lost, follow it. How you can follow the fish? Is dead. Which means you will follow him and the fish will lead you to his place. So Musa set out along with his attendant Yeshua ibn Nun. Even the servant, his name Yeshua ibn Nun. Nun, if you remember, Nun is the name of the whale. Nun is a whale. And it's a whale, the Aramaic language, it's a whale, Nun. And they carried with them a fish till they reached a rock and rested there. Moses put his head down and slept. Sufyan, the sub-narrator, said, somebody other than Omar said that at the rock there was a water spring called Al-Hayat. What Al-Hayat mean? The life. There's a spring, it's called the spring of life. It's a water spring, the water of life. And none come and touch it, on touch with that water, but become alive. Now, by the way, this is a true story, because me myself, I died many times. This is a true story, by the way. A brother and sister, I know a very authentic story about a person. He died many times. His name is the Christian Prince. And each time he died, they put the water of life on the top of him, and he come back to life, and may Allah curse him. And you are telling me where the fountain of the Caribbean is coming from? So some of the water that spring fell over the fish. Look at Allah. Look at Allah trick. I mean, Allah, he can do everything. Allah is not in need. Allah, he cannot make the fish come to life, except he have to use a magical water. It's called the fountain of youth. How you say to me Allah is rich? Who is the one who made this fountain of youth? Is that a witch? Harry Potter? I turn my head up and down. I turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it around, and all I can see a fountain of life around me. I touched the water, I became a green, and right now my name is Mr. Green. If you don't believe me, I mean, that's amazing, my friend. That's so beautiful. So some of the water fell over the fish. And you can imagine the second the water fell over the fish start like, she's coming back to life. She opened her eyes and she looked around her, and bingo, she is alive again. And the fish, she said, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. I want to say the shahada, ashadu an la ilaha illallah wa anna water of life is the one who bring me to life. Here we noticed that Allah, not only he is a fairy tale stories teller, but he cannot even resurrect people to life unless he use a fiction water. If you touch it, just by touching it, I mean, you do not need God. You do not need to believe in God. If you, even if you are an atheist like Job Steve, some they say is a Christian, some they say, let us say who is an atheist. If he die, so we put some water of the fountain of life in the top of him, and then he will become alive. Who need to go and see doctors or hospitals? Hmm. And then the fish, my friend, the fish. Uh, After the fish run from the basket, entered into the sea. Hold on, hold on. So it happened, looked like it happened that the spring of water is in the balcony of the sea. Let me draw it for you again. I know you like my drawing, don't you? I mean, come on, we have to be honest here. Don't you like my drawing? I have no choice but to draw it. So now we have, thank you guys for those who they are making donation. We appreciate your support. So now we have here is the ocean. Let us make the ocean blue. Oh mommy, oh mommy, mommy blue, Islam is so blue. Oh mommy. So this is the beach, and this is the ocean. The ocean here, brother. This is the ocean. Now the fish, obviously it was laying down. It was an orange fish, by the way. The fish was here in the basket. And then here there is the fountain of youth. We will make it a green because, as you see, if it touch you, make you alive, and even the grass became a green. So this is the fountain of youth. And the fountain of youth is making like water, 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 water. It's like a sprinkler, like the one who water your grass. And one of the drop of the water fall in the fish. And bingo. The fish start moving, her tail is jumping, her eyes is opening, and bingo, she start creeping into the sea. And she jump into the sea, and thanks to Allah. For sure, this is a very true story. And if you don't believe me, I swear by Allah, it's true story. Here we go. What do you want more than this? You know, in the Middle East, they say, ask a thief to swear he did not steal, he will be they will be happiest to do so if that will release him. I swear. So, brother, the story here is very, very true story, and we have to believe in it. Then Yeshua bin Nun, the servant, and and the Musa's, they woke up in the morning and they keep going, and then when they want to sit to eat, he asked him to bring the fish, but Musa says, I thought he should not eat the fish. The fish should lose. Why you are eating the fish, you idiot? They did not find the fish. All right. So they came back. retracting their steps, and then they found in the sea the way of the fish, looking like a tunnel. Brothers and sisters, this is a very true story. To make it simple for you, for those who they are not smart, because as you know, we are the Arab, we are the smartest in the world. You know, this is why Shakespeare, his real name is Shakespeare. I mean, we have to be realistic here. So when the fish jump, forgive me, I have to draw again. I cannot stop my hobby. So the fish jump in the sea. This is the sea. Okay. See. Okay, this is the sea. And should I drink the whole sea for you? I mean, come on. Okay, come next week until I finish making the whole thing blue. I mean, so this is the sea. And now, according to the story, when the fish she jumped in the sea, she made a line, a highway, like a tunnel, and she was moving, swimming, and bingo, she stopped here. Why here? Because guess what? Prophet Al-Khadir was sitting in the top of the rock in the middle of nowhere in the sea. This is Al-Khadir. Let us make him green. Mr. Green is here. So brother Musa's, when he came, brother, all what he need to do, he need to follow the track of the fish, which is in the water, but it's not a water no more, became a rock. But this is, by the way, true story. It happened to me too. I mean, I know that many of you don't believe it because you are not smart, but this is the true story. I feel sorry for you. Look at this guy, is laughing. I mean, shame on you. This is a true story. I swear by Allah, this is a true story. What do you want more? Here we go. We prove it to you. It's true story. All what we need to do is swear by Allah. Now, the Musa's brother, let us make Musa's look with this color. When he came here in the land, he was tracking their footsteps, and they stop here, stop here. Oh, here is the fountain of youth. Here. And then next to it, they found that there is a road inside the ocean. Inside the ocean, which means in the top of the water, there's a road. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. And then they keep walking. Take a sleep, take a nap, walking. It's a long way. It's a long way. It's like in something in the beach. It's really far away in the ocean. They keep walking, sleep, walking, eating, pooping. You know, now he's doing poo. Okay, now he's trying to fish some fish from the ocean because they are hungry. Now here Musa is texting his girlfriend. Here they were asking themselves, take right or left, take right or left. And then his servant, he said to him, Musa, what left or right, brother? There's only one road. Hello? Musa said, you are right. I don't know what to do without you. So he kept going because there is no right or left anyway. So he kept going, and bingo, he arrived and he found where is Al-Khadir. And you are telling me that Allah has no needs? Allah needs in such a stupid story to make himself Allah. Hello? Then what? What do you mean then what? Then Musa says to Al-Khadir, hey Al-Khadir, how you doing, brother? Assalamu alaikum. And then Al-Khadir, Musa, he said, Allah sent me to you so I can learn from you. Al-Khadir, he says, okay, but I have a condition, brother. You ask me no questions, okay? No questions. How you ever heard of a teacher, he will not he don't accept questions? So when there was an astonishing event of his attendant, again, they found the tunnel of the fish, and then they reached the rock. They found a man covered with garment. Moses greeted him. The man said, astonishingly, is there such a greeting in your land? What? Eesh, man. The greeting was astonishing for this Al-Khadr, because Moses, he said to him, Shalom to you. Al-Khadr said to him, oh my Allah, in your land, people, they say Shalom. So here, the guy Al-Khadr, he was like, wow, no way. And I mean, put yourself in the shoe of Mr. Green. By the way, when I was in the like in early school, like you know, studying supposedly English, you know, English in the Middle East is a funny way. The teacher himself, he needs somebody to teach him English. But anyway, here's the teacher. So in the book, it says Mr. Brown and Mr. Green, and then I look at the picture. Mr. Brown is a white man, and Mr. Green is not green. And I said to myself, why they are calling him brown and green? But now I understand, brother. Brother, now I understand. I mean, here we go. Al-Khadr, Mr. Green. Musa said, I am Musa's, by the way. Brother, I introduce myself. I'm Musa's. The man says, Musa's of Bani Israel? If. The name of Musa's was so famous all the way to Al-Khadr. He heard about him. He is in the middle of the ocean, nobody around him. But are you Musa's? Oh, you Musa's from the children of Israel? Musa said, yes. And added, may I follow you, so you teach me something of the knowledge which have you been taught? And here chapter 18, verse number 66. Al-Khadr, humbly he said, O Moses, you have something Allah taught you, I do not know, and I have something Allah taught me, and I do not know. But already Allah, he says that Al-Khadr is more knowledgeable. But this guy is being doing taqiyya now. So he said to him, Moses, but I will follow you. Al-Khadr said, then if you follow me, ask no questions about anything until I myself speak to you concerning it. Chapter 18, verse number 70. After that, both of them proceed along the seashore. I mean, the story there is stupid, and you know, you can read it. But here you will find something very funny. A sparrow came and sat at the edge of the boat and dipped his beak into the sea. Al-Khadr said to Moses, my knowledge and your knowledge, all creation knowledge, compared to Allah knowledge, is not more than the water taken by that sparrow. And then Moses was started by the Al-Khadr action of taking an adze and scalding the boat. Look at this guy. Al-Khadr, he took a boat, and now he took like a sharp knife, or you know, and he started digging a hole in the boat. Moses, he could not believe it. They are going in the boat with people. You know, there's people who they are like and here you notice the story. I mean, how they found the boat. I mean, suddenly he was in a rock in the middle of the sea, and suddenly there's a boat and there's people. Ask no questions. And then he started digging in the boat. Moses, he could not believe it. What are you doing, man? You are making a hole in the boat. We will drown. Moses, Khadr said to him, I said to you, ask no questions. And later, Al-Khadr told him why. Because there is a pirate is going to come, and if he see that there's a hole in the boat, he will not take it. But now we will die. He will not take it. That means it's not usable. So what the point now? We will die. We are going to drown. I mean, the wisdom is beyond imagination. Anyway, I will leave the link for you in the chat, so you can read it by yourself, because the story is will become more hilarious. We need to focus a little bit more in the topic. So as you see, Allah have no needs, but yet He is copying stupid stories, fiction stories from all generations, exist long before Islam. If you go and read the story of a person, his name Gilgamesh or Gilgamesh, you will find that the story of Gilgamesh include the fountain of life, the guy who went to look for fountain of life, the secret of life, etc. So Muhammad is nothing but a thief, and his God not only in need, he is in need even of fictions to make himself God.